All right, ready to dive in. Today, we're going deep, really deep into the world of philosophy
Love it.
using
52.
Dipu Singha's YouTube video
Yeah.
as our guide.
Okay.
It's called "What is Philosophy in General?"
All right.
And
I like that title.
I think of it.
Gets right to the
I
question.
think of philosophy kind of like a giant why machine.
I like that.
Constantly probing these huge questions
Yeah.
about life, the universe, and everything.
About everything. Yeah.
Which, by the way, is also the title of a book, but
Right.
we won't go there.
A classic.
But so before we get too far,
Hmm.
I think it might help to sort of like define our terms a little.
Okay.
What exactly are we talking about when we say philosophy?
Yeah, good point.
I mean, the word itself comes from the Greek words philos, meaning love, and sophia, meaning wisdom.
Oh, interesting.
So really, at its core, philosophy is the love of wisdom.
I love that.
That's a beautiful way to put it. It
Yeah.
is this pursuit of understanding,
Yeah.
answers to these big questions
Mm.
about existence and knowledge, values, and what it means to be human,
Yeah, exactly. It's like this,
the human condition.
yeah, it's this deep exploration of what it means to exist, to be aware,
Wow.
to experience this world.
And I think what's so cool about Deepu Singha's video is he doesn't just throw these big abstract ideas at us.
Right.
He breaks them down in a way that's really accessible. He
Mhm.
gives us concrete examples.
Yep.
So like right off the bat, he dives into some of the heavy hitters.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
why are we here? What is the meaning of life? Why is there something rather than nothing?
Yeah, he just jumps right in.
Yeah, and
Doesn't waste any time.
like I've thought about those.
A big question.
Like laying in bed at night,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
like always out,
Staring at the ceiling.
those existential crises.
Right, and why am I here?
And then I get hungry,
Yeah.
and I'm like, well, I should go get a snack. There you go.
Anyway, so these are the kinds of questions that philosophers grapple with, right?
Exactly.
And centuries.
And what's fascinating is there's no one right answer.
Right.
That's what keeps us coming back for more.
Exactly.
It's the journey of exploration.
Yeah.
The process of questioning itself.
The journey, not the destination.
Exactly.
Okay, so Deepu Singha breaks down philosophy into these different branches, right?
He does like categories, right?
Yeah, like think of it as, exploring a vast continent.
Okay.
You have different regions, each with its own unique landscape and features.
Oh, I like that.
So, you've got your metaphysics.
What
That's
is
all
so
about
nice.
the nature of reality,
Like, what is real?
Yeah, what is real?
Like, is this a simulation? Are we in the Matrix?
Exact.
Do we have free will? Or is everything predetermined?
Heavy stuff.
It's deep.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's epistemology,
Epistemology.
which is a really fun word to say.
It is.
Say it again.
Epistemology.
Epistemology.
There you go.
Right. And that's all about knowledge, right?
Yeah, how do we know what we know? What are the limits of knowledge?
Can we ever be certain about anything?
Right, like how do we even know we're having this conversation right now?
Whoa.
It could all be a dream.
We're getting really meta.
We're going down the rabbit hole.
Okay. And then there's ethics, which is always a hot topic.
Oh, yeah.
What's right and wrong? How should we live?
The big questions of morality.
Right. Like, should you sacrifice one person to save many?
A classic ethical dilemma.
Even if that person is your mom.
Oh, now you're really making it personal.
I'm trying to make it real for people,
I appreciate that.
Okay, so there's also logic, which is all about, like, how to think clearly and make valid arguments.
Exactly. It's the art of reasoning, of distinguishing truth from falsehood.
Right, so, like, are beliefs about the world actually justified?
It's about examining the structure of our arguments, making sure our conclusions actually follow logically from our premises.
Oh, premises. That's a good word.
It is a good word.
Okay, and then there's aesthetics, which is all about beauty and art, right?
Right, like what makes something beautiful? What's the value of art?
Why do some things strike us as beautiful while others don't?
Is beauty subjective or is there some objective standard?
Ooh, that's a good one.
It's a big debate in aesthetics.
Okay, and we've got political philosophy, which I'm sure is everyone's favorite topic at dinner parties.
Oh, yeah. Always a crowd pleaser.
What's the best form of government? What rights do citizens have?
What makes a society just?
And what makes a society just?
These are questions that have been debated for centuries.
And will continue to be debated.
Absolutely.
And then we have my personal favorite,
Okay.
the philosophy of mind.
Ah, yes. Delving into the mysteries of consciousness.
Like, what is consciousness? How does our mind relate to our brain?
Are we more than just physical matter?
Whoa,
What does it mean to have a sense of self?
Ooh, I like that. A sense of self.
Yeah, it's exploring that subjective experience of being.
Right. What does it mean to be me?
Yeah, those deep questions that keep us up at night.
Okay, so that's a lot of branches,
It is.
a lot of different areas of inquiry.
But they all connect. They all interweave.
Right. It's all part of this grand tapestry of philosophy.
Exactly. It's all about trying to understand ourselves and the world around us.
So I know we can't possibly cover all of that in this deep dive.
Right. We'd be here for days.
So for today, I'm kind of drawn to two branches in particular
Okay.
that Deepu Singha touches on in his video.
All right. Which ones are you thinking about?
So the first one, philosophy of mind.
Ah, yes. The nature of consciousness.
It just feels so relevant today, especially with all the talk about artificial intelligence.
Absolutely. It's like the questions that philosophers have been pondering for centuries are suddenly becoming practical concerns.
Right. Like, if we can create machines that seem intelligent,
Mm-hmm.
does that mean they're actually conscious?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah. And what would that even mean for us?
Right. How would our relationship with technology change?
Yeah,
Our understanding of ourselves?
exactly. And that's why I think this branch of philosophy is so important to explore.
Absolutely. It forces us to confront some really fundamental questions about what it means to be human.
Right. Like, what makes us unique?
What is the essence of consciousness?
Okay. And the other branch that I'm really interested in is ethics.
Ethics. Okay, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it seems like,
The heart of how we live.
exactly.
How we should treat each other.
Yeah, how do we navigate this increasingly complex world
Mm-hmm.
and make decisions that are, good,
Right. Ethical.
ethical?
In
Yeah.
a world where technology is advancing so rapidly.
Right, like where the lines are getting blurry.
Yeah, we need those ethical frameworks more than ever.
So it's not just about these abstract rules, right?
No, it's about real life dilemmas.
Yeah, and Deepu Singha actually gives a great example.
Oh, tell me about it.
So he talks about the trolley problem.
The trolley problem. Classic.
So imagine a runaway trolley.
Okay.
It's barreling down the tracks.
Okay, I'm imagining it.
And there are 5 people tied to the tracks.
Oh, no.
But you can pull a lever
Okay.
and switch the trolley to a different track.
Right.
But there's one person tied to that track.
So it's a choice between 5 lives or 1 life.
Do you pull the lever?
That's the dilemma, right?
Yeah, it's a tough one.
It really forces you to think about the consequences of your actions.
And your values.
What principles are guiding your decision?
Do you prioritize saving the most lives?
Or do you believe that taking any action that directly leads to someone's death is wrong?
Right, it's heavy stuff.
It is, but it's also incredibly thought-provoking.
Yeah, and it shows how ethics isn't just this theoretical thing
Right. It's about real-world choices
that we all have to make.
and the frameworks we use to guide those choices.
Exactly.
So it's not just about knowing what's right or wrong, it's about understanding why.
Right, and how those beliefs translate into action.
It's about living a good life.
Yeah, both individually and as a society.
Well said.
So I think that's a good place to kind of wrap things up.
Okay.
But I'm curious, like, what's sticking with you from this deep dive?
You know, I keep coming back to that idea of consciousness in the age of AI.
Yeah.
It's just so fascinating and unsettling at the same time.
Right, it's like, where do we draw the line?
Between complex computation and genuine sentience.
Yeah,
And how do our ethical frameworks need to adapt?
big questions, big questions.
And that's the beauty of philosophy. It keeps us asking.
Keeps us thinking.
Engaged.
Yeah, engaged with the world.
Exactly.
So thanks for joining
It's
us
been a pleasure.
on this deep dive into the world of philosophy.
That is a good time.
And until next time, keep those why machines running.
Keep asking those big questions.
You got it.
And keep exploring.
All right, see ya.
See ya.